This is awkward.
Number 5 says, white female. Whites are perceived unfairly because everybody sees them as racist all the time. I see a lot of white people trying to struggle not to be, but in turn, they end up even worse because they try to be extra nice, which a lot of races don't like. I think they're perceived very unfairly. They are always abused. I don't think you can see them as racist or privileged until you get to know them a little better. What are the group members' thoughts on this statement? What is this individual attempting to accomplish with this statement? What is she implying with the words extra nice? Does this statement place bias in an individual or social context? What is problematic about this bias? Is this individual more or less open-minded about minorities through her contact with them, and why?
I think like because we try to be nice, it like ends up being like, well, we're being nice, we're being nice to us, and like it becomes like that whole thing. So then they end up like growing like a more of a hatred towards them a little bit. Because they're trying to be nice, but like it's not being done the same way.
I think it's kind of true in a way because like what we talked about before, like a white person says like the N-word, like they're like no, it's not good. But like black people say it to each other or something like that, then it's okay. So I kind of agree with that. Like, I don't think we're always ganged up on like.
I think what a lot of it has to do with is that white people kind of come off as insincere a lot of the time, at least in my opinion. And so I think that even people are trying to be nice, and it could be something maybe just like the way that our culture is. It's just that people just assume you're trying to compensate instead of taking on what you're actually trying to be. And I definitely think that that's a problem on both sides. The people who are maybe trying to can't just accept sincerity.
I think it's interesting though to also look at though, like, do we even know if there's racism between different races other than whites versus something else? Like,
Well,
is there?
in the reading it talked about it a lot. Like they said, people who are both considered Latin, one from two different places though in Southern America, can't stand each other, but get along just fine with a white person. So I definitely I don't know much about it. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm not white, but I hear about it. I guess it makes sense that it would be, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as severe as
Yeah, I just like wonder if it's because of our past or because of, I don't know, just what we focus on. But I feel like a lot when you think of racism, I feel like you think of whites versus something else. Like it's never like African Americans versus Latinos, or it's nothing like that. It's always whites versus a minority. And I think that that's interesting. That could,
You know, ever hear like Asians and
He said
yeah.
one time.
And I never really thought about that, but like when I was hearing her say that she feels that all people think that whites are racist, it just made me realize that we're grouped into like this giant, just because there's a lot of us, and that it's like we're the majority of the ones doing it, which could totally not be true.
even then, it's like the term being white is such like a big substance anyways. Like there's really come from so many different places.
Oh, yeah.
That it's like there are people who, like it said in the reading too, that who are white but English are racist. There's people like have congregations against people who are white and Christian. And so even amongst the same race, there's still
Okay, he's tall, and he sees the Samoan hymn.
Yeah.
But the problem is he doesn't know.
What is she
Samoan.
implying with the ode's extra nice?
He learned the hymn, but he doesn't know what it
Well,
says.
it's like white people have to go out of their way to show like, oh look, I'm not racist. And
But
so like,
yeah, like
yeah, like that's going out of their way to make it look like they're not racist. It's like, oh, I'm not racist. Look, I thought this was
thank you so much.
And I think it goes back to what we were saying about being overly, like we said, like where people are trying to be nice because you're like, okay, I'm going to take you in and show that I'm not racist, you know? But then in the same time, it comes off insincere because you can kind of tell, you know?
That's really replacing
Yeah.
I think it, like an interesting part is when she says they try to be extra nice, which a lot of races don't like. Why don't races like?
Yeah.
A lot of I feel like a lot of people are trying to just like over this whole equality kind of a thing, and a lot of people are just content. You know, like you're white, just you're white, I'm black, let's just leave it at that. Don't try and pretend to be nice, you know, and kind of just put up this like, stop it.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want to have like, it's like they're throwing themselves like a pity party. They're just trying to be nice. Like, it's not sincere.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who do it, who do just try and compensate, but people who are trying to be sincere, I don't think it's fair
Yeah,
to receive that kind of backlash.
I definitely agree. Do you think that Miss Infield was more or less open-minded about minorities through her contact with them?
Yeah, I drew him like extroverted. So.
As much as, I don't know, it's the same thing, like, I feel like the topic is good, but like the way they say it is kind of, I don't know, I think it's definitely an open-minded viewpoint to think about this kind of side of it.
Oh,
But she's
yeah.
getting progressively worse.
Did he- what did he-
and worse, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how you look at it. Like, you can look at it and say that she's more open-minded because she thinks that there's really, that nobody's being racist, you know? So she's more open-minded about that aspect, but then she's more closed-minded because she's saying that every race doesn't like that. She's saying that we're being abused, that it's unfair. You know, like, she does have those closed-minded ideas as well, so. Okay, so number 6. If regular contact with minority group members has not resulted in more open-minded thinking among these whites, what is the problem? What characteristics must the contact have in order to result in more open-mindedness from whites?
I felt kind of bad about that when I was kind of going through the readings.
I think I've just learned that you kind of can't look at it always from your perspective, but you also have to look at it and like take yourself out of the situation and then see how you feel about it. Because I know, especially like for me, I can't help but feel some of these things sometimes just because I'm looking at it from my point of view and feeling the way that I feel about it instead of looking at it from other people's perspectives. Because then I think if I do that, my ideas kind of shift a little bit.
I know I've been guilty of
Well, I
some of
don't
these
know what the
things
ethnicity
before,
of
like,
the guy was, but they
And I
wanted
think we
to
can all say like you said
so I
some
didn't
sort
get
of
the
like
job because of it.
racist comment
But-
on purpose or not on purpose.
And not even like a negative racist comment. It could just be a comment based on a race of some sort, you know, which still in turn it still is negative even if you're not trying to have it come off that way.
And I think just for people to be more open-minded, like you said, it's just for us to try and put ourselves in each other's shoes as much as we can.
Okay, we're at 7 minutes.
Interesting.